from his acrobatics.
Should feel right at home now. Certainly had a lot of those scrapes when he was 17 and 18.
He was one big strawberry.
Sampras taking that high bouncing serve.
This is where Pete Sampras has improved. As he said, the first couple of years at Wimbledon, he struggled with the return and serve. Now he's adjusting to the bad bounces, not keeping his wrist loose until the last second, and then firming it up, and that's a very smart play. He's very strong, too. He just muscled that ball down the line. But the key to returning on grass is flexibility, keeping your wrist looser than you may have on some other surfaces, because you may get a bad bounce and make a very quick adjustment.
Whiskey wrists, the Aussies used to call it.
Boy, Sampras thought that serve was long, and it did appear to be back.
1 game. Let's see if we can pick up this ball on the second serve.
Yeah.
Well, from that angle, which is not a real good angle, it did appear to be a little bit long, Dick. That hesitation cost him a chance at a passing shot, though, however.
I want the sun at this end, John. Is it tough for the server?
Doesn't appear to be a problem for the right-hander right now. We'll see if they start to throw the ball up and look where the sun is. Once you make a play on a ball, whether or not you think it's in or out, once you've made that play, automatically the point goes on, and you have no chance to question it afterwards. Not like the old days. You could play 5 or 6 more shots and then go up and say, hey, that shot 7 shots ago was out. They changed the rules a couple years back.
That ever work for you?
Not enough. But I gave it the old college try. Both of these players possess fine touch around the net. Good inside-out volley. A little bit shorter than Pete wanted. Easy put away for Pete Sampras. Good shot to use on grass, that drop volley.
6 service points in a row for Sampras. And the first point won by Becker against that serve is a double fault.
It's a good return here by Boris Becker, making Pete Sampras hit a half volley. Pete's mistake there is he let the ball play him a little bit. He didn't go after that ball. Ball jumped up on him a little bit too quickly. He wasn't able to adjust his racket in time. 30 all.
At the local betting parlor, Sloan Square, Becker is the favorite of the Final Four, and interestingly, at the start of the championship, Pete Sampras was 7.5 to 1 to win the championship, and after going all the way through up to Agassi, he was 6.5 to 1. They said they couldn't get anyone to favor Sampras.
Did you take some of that, Dick?
No, that's not my stuff.
Didn't have bookmakers in Armada, Michigan?
not anymore. Sampras holds on serve in the opening set. Back at Wimbledon, and let's look at our first Xerox Sports Facts question. Boris Becker. His record at Wimbledon, 51-6. Can you name some of the players that have beaten him those 6 defeats?
No one in this booth. Never played Boris at Wimbledon.
Sampras a bit too casual with that last volley.
Dick, you're absolutely right. He should have done after that volley a little bit more. He gave Boris one last chance. You see a good low return here. Could have gone right at him there. Chose not. This is the one he should have put away.
Oh,
Boris guessed right. Lucky to win that point. Pete's got to go after that ball and really take a swing at it.
Becker's first ace. He's been averaging 113 miles an hour on his serves and over 100 on his second serve. Sampras actually, in the first 3 games, 116 miles per hour average serve.
Shoulder doesn't appear to be bothering him at the moment.
Well, he's got the right weather for it, too.
The men that have faced Becker in the semis, defeating that list of 7. Lendl, even Eastbich, Wheaton, LeConte, the Swede Jarrett. Good.
That's not a bad record in semi. 6-0, trying to make it 7 today against Pete Sampras. This is why Pete Sampras needs to win that first point when he had a real chance. 40 love. It's very unlikely he's going to break serve at this point, but he'll take what he can get. Got down well with that ball, just sliced it up the line.
Game Becker. Two games.
Go back to our Xerox Sports Facts question and answer. 6 losses out of 57 tries for Becker. Billy Scanlon, American, Aussie Doohan. That was a big upset in '87. He was the defending champion. Yes, indeed. Edberg twice in the finals, both times. Steek in the finals, and Agassi last year.
Yeah, Peter Doohan can dine out on that one for the rest of his life. Slim Aussie, he was ranked 92nd.
Over on court 1.
I'll never forget a German reporter coming to me and saying, he was new. He said, "How can this happen? How can Boris lose at Wimbledon?" I said, "Stick around, he'll lose a few."
Telephone ringing down on the edge of the court.
Peter Doohan, by the way, a teaching pro in America now. A couple years back won the National Teaching Pro Championships. Bit of a step down from Wimbledon, but still a good result nonetheless.
Pays the rent. Very good doubles player, Peter.
There's that telephone ringing again.
Please, as courtesy to the players, could you please turn off all mobile phones and pages? Thank you.
Umpire Wayne McEwen has asked for everybody to turn off their electronic equipment.
15 all.
Woo!
30-15.
Well, the nets at Wimbledon are much looser than they are, say, at the U.S. Open, and Pete gets a good break here. Keeps that racket low, just shovels the ball over. 30-15. I said a few games ago that drop volley is a very effective play on grass, and that's because it doesn't come up. Despite the fact that the court is fairly firm now, it's not going to come up very much. Pete, good lunge there. Good movement by Boris. Tries a lob over Pete's head. All he needed to do was get the ball back in the court.
Game, Sampras.
Still no challenge to the server. No break opportunities as yet.
3 games to 2, first set.
Boris Becker, 2-3. Sampras guessed right, but wheels that backhand long. Eric Yellen, German Davis Cupper, in support of Becker in the Friends box today.
He's been sort of coaching, I guess. Oh!
Pete Sampras is usually more comfortable going with the backhand pass down the line, but here he gets down beautifully for this. Stays down low and just a sweet cross-court winner.
But that nice chip return on the feet set it up.
That's what he did against Agassi. And with that double fault, the returner for the first time is in the lead in a game. Also in the Becker camp, his fiancée, Barbara Feltus. We saw her agonize during that Michael Steek battle as Steek's wife and Miss Feltus in close quarters cheered from the inside.
I said to Boris, how does she take all this? He says she can't eat before I play, and she can't eat after I play. I said, well, she saves you a lot of dough.
I think he could afford to pay a couple meals.
Yeah, breakfast anyway.
Well, Bud, there was that chip back in again. If Becker hit it down low, but the passing shot was up too high. As I said earlier, Pete usually likes to go down the line. Nice slice backhand return. Didn't prepare quite early enough for that. That's what cost him the point.
Becker's second ace. It's 3-all. And we showed you the Becker entourage. That's Tim Gullickson on the left, the coach of Pete Sampras, and he and his twin brother Tom doing great work with the young American tennis players. And the young friend, Elena Mulcahy of Pete Sampras.
She's a Floridian. They've been together for nearly 3 years.
15-all.
They showed a thermometer at the umpire's chair. Of course, that's in the sun, reading 94 degrees. In the shade, around 80. There's the...
Well, Dick, if it's going to be hot, the best place to play is on grass courts because the sun doesn't come off the court like it would at Flushing Meadow. Actually, pleasant conditions. Also, something that Bud said earlier about the weather, it has helped Pete Sampras' shoulder. As you know, on Thursday before the event when there was a lot of rain, Pete was talking about not playing. So the weather has really helped him. It's kept the shoulder loose and allowed him to loosen up as the match went on. Boris just missing that forehand pass. Likes to wait to the last second when the ball's real low and try to dip it cross court with his strength. Very few players have the strength to even try that shot.
3 aces for Sampras.
We all knew that Pete Sampras, too, had great ground strokes. We saw them against Andre Agassi in 1990. But what he's added to his game, what's put him at #1, is that cross-court backhand pass we saw, as well as that hook forehand we saw a little bit in French Open. A lot more variety off his ground strokes, as well as the slice that you've been referring to. Really mixing up his ground strokes well.
And all of them fluid. He is beautiful to watch.
Change to back and roll.
Another love game for Sampras. Weather continues to be incredibly fine here in England. Not a drop of moisture the entire fortnight. Boris Becker.